the electrical side of things. So those ground fault receptacles that are in your bathroom, as big of a pain as they might be, and they are a little bit more sensitive and they might go bad a little bit more than a regular outlet, they're very important to have. And it could be the difference between life and death. So it's very important to keep that. If you have young children, look into tamper-proof receptacles. You can put the little plastic plug in if you feel comfortable with that, but tamper-proof is a good way to go. Whenever you're having an electrical outlet outside, make sure it has your proper outdoor rated cover, so that obviously we're not injecting water into the equation. Here's a good one. If an unfortunate situation should occur, and you find somebody gets electrocuted, okay, or gets shocked to the extent that what we would call getting stuck. So essentially what happens is you get shocked, your muscles contract, and you may be holding on to something. If you grab a live wire, your hand muscles contract. Now you can't get off the wire. Do not touch that person. You do not touch them directly, because you will then become energized. So knock them off. I know it sounds kind of brutal, but that's essentially what you would have to do to get them off. If you can't find that immediately, you've got to go shut the power off. Do not try to touch them. You're just going to hurt yourself. So I think that's a good thing to do. Preventative maintenance is a big thing. Being prepared. We talked about being prepared. Check your smoke detectors. Make sure they've got the batteries in them. Something I like to do when I'm on a field visit or somebody's having an issue is electricity obviously gives off heat. If you go to your home electrical panel and just put your hand on it, if it feels like a hot cup of coffee, you got to call an electrician, because essentially what's happening there is you're getting an overheating, which could essentially break down your circuit breaker. And if that circuit breaker doesn't work, that's how fires get started. So, and speaking of circuit breakers, don't be afraid to exercise them. Shut off all your TV, shut off all your lights, and maybe once every couple months, just go and exercise your circuit breaker. Because sometimes dust and dirt and things accumulate over years. It's really a mechanical device, so it could fail if you're not if you're not exercising it. So those are a couple, kind of quick tips you guys can take, or folks out there can. Preventative maintenance is a big thing. If you're, don't let dust and accumulation occur on your electrical panels. Don't store things in front of electrical panels, because if you should need to get to them immediately, obviously that's a problem. Those are just a couple of things I can think of. Here's another thing. Make sure you got the face plates on your outlets or your switches. That's a quick way to get shocked. Your faceplate isn't on there. You go to flip a switch, you've stuck your finger into a wire. Things that are just really common sense. I think everybody kind of knows out there, but when you're dealing with electricity, it doesn't take much to really cause a burn or cause possible loss of life.
You said it's common sense, but it's people get so complacent over just this common sense stuff that they just don't take the precautions like you just mentioned. They don't even bother to think about them twice. They just kind of figure, well, it's there, nothing's happened yet, I don't need to do nothing. But again, like you said, you got to do your routine maintenance. You got to make sure that stuff works, because it's there for a reason. But again, it's a physical material, it could break down.
No doubt. I mean, I don't have the statistics in front of me, but go ahead and look online how many fires, loss of life is created just from not having your smoke detector working.
Such a simple thing to have working, and to just, I'll get to it later, mm-hmm. Or maybe you just don't even check it and don't even know. So I think you're right, people do get complacent, because it is for sure common sense, but so many people just, I don't think, slow down and take the time to check these things.
Yeah, no, I think that's an important message to get out there, is that you got to be proactive, and you've got to be prepared. And it doesn't really take much. It just kind of takes a little bit of due diligence or a little bit of fortitude to keep in that routine.
Definitely, I agree. Well, is there anything else you want to make sure that you are, speaking on, that you want to put out there to the listeners?
Well, I think we've hit on a lot of it. I think one of the things I want to get out there is that the number one ethical obligation of a professional engineer is to hold paramount the safety and welfare of the public. So engineers are important. Don't try to circumvent them. Don't try to do the electrical work yourself. Hire an electrician, qualified. We talked about. Yeah, I think really what we want to get out there is that we're here to educate the public and help them keep themselves safe. We're not trying to keep them safe directly. We want you to keep yourself safe.
I love that. I think that this has been a really great episode, and I think there's a lot of great tips and content out there for the listeners to exactly do that, be safe.
Yeah, that's what's most important, and it really is it's a fulfilling part of the job when you know that the difference between what you do and what you don't do could really could affect a person's life, a person's family, a whole community. So it adds that level of fulfillment for us.
I love that. Well, where can the listeners find more of you and your company?
Okay, so you can check us out on jaminetengineering.com, and you'll catch us on Facebook and Twitter as well. Yeah, you just kind of keep an eye out on the projects that we're working on, or heck, we don't even care if you've got an electrical question or you've got some safety concern. Don't be afraid to email us. Don't be afraid to contact us. We offer free advice. We don't, it's not. We're more than happy to interact with people and educate them in that way. And that's kind of something that we've done here just in the past few years is really amped up our social media and our website, because we really want to get the message out there. We really want to interact with more people in ways that we couldn't before without these avenues. So don't be afraid to contact us. Don't be afraid to ask us questions, and please visit our website.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate the opportunity for us to get our message out there. Hopefully we helped you, and hopefully we helped everyone listening out there.